हेलो ऑल, वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल। आज हम सीखेंगे एक्सेल का बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट विच इज पावर पिवट, स्टार्टिंग विद सिंगल एक्सेल। इफ यू हैव ओनली one table, using the power pivot use on only one table. So let us start. This is the data I'm going to use to show you how power pivot works. What I'll do, I'll start by converting this table into the Excel table. Okay, so how do we do that? We select the entire table here and click on Control plus T. So once you do this, see, this is the shortcut for creating a table. It is asking me where's the data. I've selected the data here, and then my table has headers. My table has headers. So I'll tick this point and click OK. Once I do this, my table is created. And once I create my table, you see one more tab comes here, which is table design. So I'll go here in the properties table name, and I will name this table, suppose sale table. Okay, I'll name this as sale table 1. So that's how I have named this table. And this is very important step in using the power pivot. You have to convert this into the Excel table. Now, once you have done this, if you want to use measure function as well of the power pivot, you have to add this data first into your data model. This is one of the mistakes which people do. They don't add their data into the data model, and that's why they are not able to use the measure function of the power pivot. So how do we do that? Again, you select this entire data, okay, and then you go to power pivot here, click on add to model. So once you click on this add to model, your data is added here, if you see. So you just go on file and save your data and click on the cross button. Once you do this, your table is formed. You have added your data in the data model. Now I can start forming a pivot table. How do we do that? You have selected this data. You go to insert. Here we have under tables pivot table. Under pivot table, you see multiple options. But as of now, we are using a table in the Excel for using the power pivot. This I have all shown in rest of my videos, where if you want to use multiple Excel files, or if we have some other Excel files, external data source, then how do we use the power pivot in that case? You can refer my other videos for that. But as of now, we will use the first option of from table or range for using the power pivot on only one Excel table. So I click on this table and see my entire table is selected, and it is asking me, is this is the table I had already named my table sale table 1. And do I want to create the pivot table in new worksheet? Yes, I just simply, but do I want to add this data to the data model? No, because I've already added it. I just click on OK. Once I've clicked on this button OK, you see I get this power table, pivot table fields. So now since we have got this, we can perform any calculation using this, or prepare any report using this pivot table fields. Suppose I want to create columns of product and its sales. So I take the product under this row section. I just click on this product and drag it to row. You see all the products have come here. Then I want to see the sale also, the sales price also of this product. So I click on this sales price, left click and drag it to rows. So see, if I see, click on the rows, I see the prices have come in this way, like headphone price and keyboard price. But this is not a proper way, right, to see the prices. So I will move this sales instead of rows. Let's see, if I move this to column, what will happen? See, it will come in this way, but again, this is not a proper way. It should come here. So for that, I'll have to drag it to values, because it is giving me the values of the sales for the respective product items. So here I have got the sum of sales, and this is the total sales. So this is how we use the pivot table field, a simple version. Now, if I want to calculate some data, like I have the sales, but I want to know what is the profit. For that, I can use the measure. Where if you want to create a measure, suppose you want to create sum of the total cost, then how will you do that? You just simply go to the power pivot measures. Under new measures, you click on, you are going to create sum of cost. So I name my measure sum cost, and I use function of sum, press tab, and then what is a variable? Cost. Double click on that cost, sales table cost, and close the bracket. I click on OK, and my measure is created. Okay, and my measure is the total cost. Now you can go here and see you have created the total cost here under the manage data. The total cost is 3850. Now, if you want to use the some other calculations, there is a, if you want to do some other calculations, there is a way as well. You can go here in the pivot table, analyze, so click on the field items and click on calculated field. So when you do this, like suppose I want to calculate my profit. So I just name my profit as profit, and what the formula I put equal to sign. I double click on my sales. It is giving all the variables which are given in my fields here. So I click on sales, double click on sales minus, double click on cost and press on OK. Once I do this, see, my profit comes here. So if you see, when you had created measure, you could see measure only when you went to the Power Pivot under the manage data model. But when once you create a column by going to the pivot table, analyze field items and calculated field, you create a column from here and that can be seen in the pivot table. So if you see the profit has come here for respective products, this is the profit and total profit is this. So this is how you can use your calculated field as well. Okay, so that was all from my end for today. Thank you so much for seeing this. If you have any other doubt, if you have any doubts, please put it in the comment section. I will try to answer each and every query of yours. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a nice day.